Today we're going to show you a old combination of ingredients that work really well as a cold and flu killer. Some people call it a bomb because it kind of goes off like a beneficial bomb in your immune system. Helps really boost your immune system. What we've got is lemon juice. This is an Italian lemon juice that we get from Costco. Raw unfiltered honey, that's an Arizona honey. You want to do a local as possible, but you definitely want to do the raw and unfiltered. You don't want the processed honey. And unfortunately, if you don't get a local honey, it may be from China, and it has a lot of sugar and additives in it, unfortunately. I've added those here. We're lucky enough that late fall, early winter time, Phoenix is a nice citrus area, so we've got some a fresh lemon that I've zested. We've got ginger that I've grated here, fresh ginger, and turmeric powder. I didn't have fresh turmeric root, but the turmeric powder is fine, organic turmeric. And freshly ground black pepper. That's going to really help boost the bioavailability of the turmeric. Before we get started here, a quick disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I've never played one on TV, and I don't give medical advice. What I'm doing is sharing what we found to be highly effective in getting us through the cold and flu season when you just have to get to work the next day and you really don't want to feel miserable. We've got a storm coming in. Cindy's she's feeling a little bit under the weather, so I make this anyway, so I thought I would demonstrate, document it for you folks, and share it with you. So what we started with was just zesting the lemon, and you want to take it down to kind of the beginning of the pith there, and then we'll juice that here in just a second. To boost that, I added the lemon juice that I've got, and that's organic lemons, and the organic locally raised honey. Ginger root you can get just about anywhere, but you will notice a flavor difference, a really noticeably nice flavor difference if you source the organic ginger. And with the turmeric, I keep that on hand for cooking. And here's how it gets started. So what we do is you're going to want equal measure of honey and lemon juice, which this is a really old American recipe, and I'm just going to juice what we've got left here. That really helps with sore throats, and of course the vitamin C in the lemon. Honey, because of the sugars in it, are actually really good, and the sugars, the honey itself, bacteria, viruses cannot live in honey. And honey is one of the only foods that never spoils. So what we've got is we're going to add the lemon zest, and what this does is pull more of that essential oil and some of the other nutrients out of the lemon that you would get more than just with the juice itself. Going to add everything in here. And in the background you might hear the water going for the tea. I've got water heating. The preparation before I started filming was about 5 minutes, so it's not very long at all. Grate however much of the ginger you feel. Some folks like a lot of ginger. I do. Some folks don't. You want to pretty much get as much as you can stand in there. Ginger has some really amazing health benefits, antiviral, antifungal, that sort of thing. And then on the turmeric, I like to do a tablespoon and a little bit more. So probably about 4 teaspoons, or a tablespoon and a little bit of help on there. And then we're going to grate the black pepper, and what the black pepper does is open up the availability of the turmeric. Some say by 1000%. I'm not sure on that. The turmeric has over 700 peer-reviewed, documented, studied medicinal health benefits. So I'm pretty comfortable in recommending that. Ginger, of course, has pretty much the same, if not more, studies in the homeopathic medical community and naturopathic medical community. After you add everything together, you just stir it in. And the water sounds like it's about ready. So we're going to grab that and heat the pot. I've got a cast iron teapot here, and we're going to preheat it for just a couple minutes so that we're not losing the heat from the hot water. And when that heats up, we'll make our tea. And what we're going to do is pour about half of this through this tea strainer, and this is the strainer you would normally put tea in as you make tea in here. And that's just going to strain out the chunky bits, which is the ginger, but it'll allow it to steep, so it's going to pull a lot of those nutrients and beneficials out of the ginger. Then you simply pour the tea into the cups, and you've got a really nice flavored beverage that is going to have some huge benefits for your cold or flu, or if you're feeling under the weather. So we're going to pour this off, and I'll be right back and show you what it looks like. Okay, you can make this, all of this, while the water's heating. Normally, it really doesn't take very long at all. So we're just going to finish stirring that. Dump about half of that in. And you can just store this in the refrigerator for later this afternoon or early this evening if you're still feeling under the weather. This is exceptionally good if you're going to do it in the evening. You hit it early in the evening and then late in the evening, kind of when you first get home and then right before you go to bed. And you will kind of be amazed at how much better you feel the next day. So we've got the tea steeping. You can see the ginger, shredded ginger up on top there. And you can see that kind of golden color, and this is what we're looking for. So we're just going to let that steep for a couple of minutes, and then we'll pour off a cup of cold killer. Okay, I've let this steep for about 4 or 5 minutes now. You can see the color has mellowed just a little bit, and you can pull this out, strain it, and you can see the amazing color in the teapot there. I will leave this in here just to let it steep a little bit more. It's just basically pulling the ginger out at this point, but it's ready to pour off. And look at that color. So the flavors you're going to have are going to be honey and lemon mainly. The ginger will come in next, and the turmeric's going to come in kind of at the end, but because the lemon juice, the honey, and the ginger are really primary flavors, the turmeric's going to be kind of a background flavor. Not unpleasant at all. It's really kind of nice. Very warming, not just from the heat of the water, but ginger and turmeric are warming spices, and so is the black pepper. I've given this to friends, and I've had them tell me in 20-30 minutes after they've taken it, they start feeling better. And overnight, some folks have said, and I've experienced this myself, doing a double dose of this overnight, the cold just kind of seems to go away. So there is this recipe, a little bit of homemade medicine for you, if you will. But it really helps with the cold and the flu. It helps you feel better, boosts your immune system, and I hope it works well for you. All right, thanks for joining us.